Hi everyone, it's Kasia from Tarot Map, and this is another video, another deck. So there was a request to show this beautiful oracle, so Liz, this is for you. Yoni Oracle cards by Georgina Catling. It is actually a collaborative deck, so there are a few artists that are, shown in these cards, and there's 45 potent illustrations, and it's an invitation to embody the wisdom of your Yoni. So I think it's mostly will be obviously for female part of my audience, and it comes in this big box. The cards are really large, more on the kind of Alana Fairchild oracles cards, maybe even a little bit bigger. So this is the regular tarot card. These cards are laminated, but are very flexible, so it is easy to shuffle them, to riffle shuffle them sideways, like, you know, they bend. So it depends how you shuffle, or then lengthwise. But yeah, you won't be able to do or you can just do the overhand shuffle, you know. And it comes with a booklet, quite substantial booklet. It's color or the kind of color organized, because the booklet doesn't have any numbers on the pages. So you do have the content here of the cards. So they split in few groups: the crones, the maidens, the mothers, and the enchantresses. And there's the seers, also one extra card, the co-creators of the deck and the author. So Georgina had this idea of creating this deck when she was in Glastonbury tour, like in Glastonbury, near the Glastonbury tour. And she writes all this in the descriptions here, and about menstruation, about cycles, and also how to use the cards, and then they color coordinated. So, and here we have them put alphabetically in the certain group. So I find it sometimes takes a while to find a card or the description of the card in the book, but I have been using this deck for a while, and to be honest, I'm not such a great fan of the collaborative decks, just because I usually, especially when they tarot decks, I feel like I like the coherence I mean, of the style. But in this particular deck, the artwork is so different, and to be honest, I totally don't mind, because it's from how long I've used it, and I've used it for over a month now. I feel like this deck is very healing. And I use it in most of my readings for clients, and I have to say that it feels very embracing. The ideas for rituals are really cool in the book. Each of the group is described a little bit differently. You have quite a few cool advice and ideas of how to work with certain cards, so it's quite experiential and really focused on healing, and you can feel it in the cards. So let's take a look at the cards themselves. These are the backs. So yeah, it looks a little bit like Yoni, but looks also a little bit like a hand. Just the whole wild universe. So and again, this is in the beginning, when I was doing also the Instagram video, I thought that this is my least favorite art style, but right now I'm actually so it's still not my favorite art style, that kind of computerized version, but I have to say that it so fits this deck. Whenever I get one of those cards, it feels bold, it feels happy, it feels like, you know, alive. So I really feel where this deck needed this type of art to be a little bit more bold. You can see what I'm talking about. Then a lot of the cards are more pencil-like, you know, or watercolor or acrylic, and this one is more like this kind of a computer version, you know, but it feels colorful, it feels potent. And so Medusa, the Yoni of blood, Dark Night of the Yoni. So you also get the shadow and light represented in this deck. And the cards are flexible, as I said, and laminated. So there is a bit of a glare. Yoni of the first moon, which is lovely for somebody who just starts the menstruation journey. Yoni of the spring. I love her ancestral Yoni. It's beautiful. And little me Yoni for the little child. Gorgeous. Yoni of the light. So again you can see this difference in like boom, this color, this life. There's the light. There's a few of these kind of more abstract cards, but only I think 2. Yoni Sanctuary. And as I said, I totally don't mind the variants and differences in style in this particular case, because each of this card has so much to offer. And I'm going to pull one card at the end so we can read from the book and you can see how the book works. But again, each group or each card is described a little bit different. There's few cards, maybe 3, that are horizontal, so Yoni of the 6 senses. And again, I'm not going to warn of nudity just because I don't think there's anything here to warn people about. I really hope we can treat nudity and our bodies with more reverence and kind of normality. It's not something to be ashamed of. It's not something to hide. This is something very normal and beautiful, and I hope you're going to see it this way too. I don't think young children or anyone has you know, it's going to be destroyed when they see naked human body. So I don't know, I just don't like warning about it, and I wanted to mention it also because I feel like it's important, especially nowadays, that we start speaking openly about our bodies, accept how we look, and accept our bodies. So here's the Mother, the Seers, that's the last card, Yoni of Autumn, there's another horizontal one, Dream Weaving Yoni, Mama Pele, Yoni of Fire, Yoni of the New Dawn, Yoni of Compassion. It's so beautiful. Rainbow Yoni. You see the difference when you get the colorful card with this awesome goddess. It's very cool. Yoni Apprentice. So yeah, I actually really love this right now. Yoni, Medicine Yoni. The Maiden. Yoni of the Deer kind. Yoni of Winter. So you've got all different seasons. You can use time-wise as well. Be Yoni. Yoni of the Sister Shadow. Yoni of Shame. 7 Seas. And it is, I swear, it's really, really healing. The Yoni of Mother Wound. It's a beautiful keyword. It's really suited for the healing process of the feminine, of getting to know your body, accepting the changes, the cycles. That's why it also works with the moon. Yoni of Avalon, that's the one from the box. Enchantress. Yoni of the 13 moons. And the last one is Yoni of Illumination. So let's pick one card and we read the book, so you get a chance to see how the book is written. And we've got this Yoni of the 6 senses. So I'm just going to put her here. Maybe we can bring her closer. There you go. And then that's what I do. So then I look, where is the purple? Here it is. And then I go Yoni of the 6 senses. So is it here? No. So it's not that easy to find, but you haven't seen anything. Yeah, but sorry. So yeah, I was looking for the purple color. I'm looking for purple, right? And then it's alphabetically, but yeah, you've got like the of the 7 C's, but then the 6 senses. Anyway, so here we have Yoni of the 6 senses. I'm going to read and you look at the picture. So this card is calling to you to take sacred time to connect with your Yoni. The image is a raw but vulnerable one, which may evoke strong emotions. You may have never looked at her because of shame, embarrassment, or fear. She's beautiful and she wants to share her essence and her story with you. Take this at your own pace. Do not force anything. Create some time to prepare a safe warm nest where you won't be disturbed. Fill it full of soft fabrics, candles, incense, perhaps a mirror, so you can Yoni gaze. If you strongly feel unable to connect with your Yoni in this way, please do not worry. Just revisit the card when it feels safe to do so, or perhaps to begin a gentle connection, simply place your hand over your clothed Yoni. You may choose to work with this card over a number of days or with a close trusted friend. Take some slow deep breaths and feel into the following. And then she asked some questions. What does she look like? What does she taste like? What sound does she want to make? What does she feel like? What does she smell like? What does she sense, know, intuit, and what is she trying to tell you? Remember, our yonis come in different shapes and sizes, colors, smells, and that is part of the unique beauty. So you can get a gist like how intuitive and how beautiful these cards and how healing these cards can be. So I highly recommend this oracle deck, and for any female that likes to explore this a little further and through oracle world, and then also do some ritualistic work, I think this deck is perfect. So thank you for watching. This was Yoni Oracle Cards by Georgina Catling. Thank you, Georgina, and I hope guys you enjoyed it. Much love. Bye.